So welcome back, everyone. Today, I am so excited to welcome a woman who's inspiring the world in all things conscious business, well-being, spirituality, and motherhood. Elesha is the founder of Awaken, a globally recognized crystal and jewellery brand rooted in healing, education, and transformation. She's worked with some big brands, so like Christian Dior, Harrods, featured in Vogue, and more. And she's a certified crystal healer and sound practitioner and has built a powerful online community with huge followings on TikTok, Instagram, and making crystal healing accessible. So blending in the ancient wisdom with modern life. So welcome, Elesha. Yeah.
Thank you. What a beautiful introduction.
Oh, I've put more actually. I could talk for ages because I've even said like, wow, you've got such a niche kind of following as well, because you talk a lot about I've written here like high vibration stones like Moldavite and Libyan desert glass and all of these. And I think I just want to kind of dive into how you got into this world of crystals.
Perfect. Shall we start with how I did find crystals?
Mm-hmm, definitely.
So my journey started when I was at university. I was studying law and was not spiritual at all.
Really?
Absolutely not. I fell down into a really dark place. Anxiety, depression, didn't want to leave the house. I just fully lost myself. And I was 20 years old at the time. On paper, had everything, friends. I was quite academic, really supportive family. I should have been, living my life and enjoying myself. But I was just a lifeless zombie. That's how I describe myself.
And was this as you kind of went through the university degree? Did it just build and build kind of thing?
Yeah, so I think it was me doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing.
Yeah, it pulls that energy from you, doesn't it? It's like it zaps it out of you.
It was drawing the life out of me every day. And it just got to a point where I just didn't want to live anymore. It was really dark.
Oh,
it
wow,
was really sad.
That bad then, so it went that low.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And so what happened? Like, how did you have, because I love the name, obviously, Awaken.
Yeah.
Was it literally an awakening moment?
It was. So it took me to get to rock bottom. And I actually thought, I cannot do this anymore. Every day was like Groundhog Day. I'd wake up and I'd be gutted that I'd woken up because I thought I've got to face another day. I just wasn't getting any better and I didn't know how to help myself.
We should probably introduce little baby. It's Cove, isn't it?
Baby Cove.
Oh, so I forgot to say in the intro, we've got a very special guest here today. 5 weeks old, and she is incredible. She's got a mum of three boys, right?
3 boys.
And how you're juggling getting here today. Oh, wow, it's just an achievement to even get out the house, let alone how beautiful you look and you're glowing. So well done just getting here.
Thank you.
And so, yeah, how did that journey then come about, like to crystals?
Yeah, so it was only when I was at that rock bottom point and I was, as sad as it sounds, I was actually Googling ways to end my own life. Gosh. Which is awful to think we can actually Google things like that. Yeah. It's very sad. But I just couldn't do it anymore. So I thought, right, I'm done. And it was only on that day, at that moment, when I'd decided that was it.
You were thinking of going through with it?
Yeah, I had this little download in my brain. And it was this voice that said, there is another way.
I'm literally getting goosebumps, like all over my body.
And obviously I was not spiritual at this time. Are you waking up?
Hello. You're waking up. You want to speak too.
I want to be involved.
I'll get mummy's involved. Hair. Oh, wow. So what did the voice say then?
So the voice said, there is another way. And of course I was not spiritual at this point. I knew that my mental health was really unstable. And I actually thought, wow, I've really lost it now. I'm hearing voices. And it was strange because within me, I felt this little spark of hope. And I'd not felt like that in months and months and months. And it gave me a little bit of comfort.
Oh.
And it just made me think, maybe I shouldn't do this today. Maybe I've heard that voice for a reason.
Yeah.
And I should give it some time. And then I actually Googled again, and I wouldn't recommend to anyone using Google for things like this.
But when you're desperate, you do, like, you know, for all sorts of things. Like,
And I had no knowledge back then of good sources and, you know, people to actually learn off. But I typed in other ways to heal yourself from anxiety and depression, because that's what the voice said. There is another way. And then it brought up different types of holistic healing.
Okay.
So meditation, journaling, therapy.
And had you not heard of
crystals.
this like before? And it mentioned a lot, like in your childhood, you hadn't had anyone suggest any of these things?
No, my family, definitely not spiritual.
Okay.
We hadn't grown up learning about mindset. It was alien to me. I just didn't know it was something that we should even consider learning about. And I just threw myself into it. I then started to meditate every day. I went to a crystal healer. I started to journal to ground my energy. I went to different therapists, and I just became so obsessed with healing myself.
Wow.
And it was the strangest transformation in the world, because I had no knowledge about any type of holistic healing. And just from that voice on that day, I threw myself into it.
And how did it feel at first? Because often I get people that come to my yoga classes, they're like, I'm trying meditation, but my mind won't switch off. Was there a struggle at first? Like,
yeah, so I'd say the meditation I did twice a day. And the first few weeks, I was unsure whether it was doing anything. But because I was that desperate, it was a case of, I do this or I'm not here anymore.
Exactly.
So there wasn't room for me to go, not sure if it's working, because what was the alternative?
Yeah, there was no alternative. Well, there was, but it was not anything we'd want.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I started to meditate twice a day. I then went to a crystal healer, which is where the story really begins. And she sat me down on the bed, and I remember thinking, right, rocks. Is this going to do anything? I remember looking at them all thinking, oh no, like,
Especially
am I really going to try this?
Yeah, like coming from law to, okay, crystals. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I was trained to look for evidence and weigh things up rationally. And then I was sat looking at a load of rocks, and this lady was like, so I'm going to place these on you, and then I'm going to do this. But I was in that place of desperation, so I was just willing to try anything. And then it was after that hour session, my whole view on life and what I believed to be true just completely changed. I experienced so much within that hour just by a lady placing rocks on me and doing a style of healing. It was crazy.
That is, you know, I it's just triggering a memory in myself, because as a teen, I was lucky to go over to the East, and my mum would always talk about Reiki, and she was quite into this stuff, like, you know, but I was a bit like, oh, I'm not sure. And I had a Reiki experience. It sounded quite similar, the way you lie on the bed. And I was like, how can someone not touch you with their hands and you feel something? And kid you not, she did not touch me the whole session, but I felt her hands, like, it felt like she was touching my legs and my head at the same time. And I was like, this is phenomenal. I even peeked my eyes open and was like, no, she's still not touching me. It's powerful energy.
I couldn't believe it. Parts of my body were twitching. Like, my fingers started to twitch. I started to see visions and colours. And this wasn't a placebo, because I didn't believe in it.
Yeah.
I didn't believe in it. I actually saw a vision, and I told the lady afterwards, and she'd seen the same thing.
Okay.
And she wasn't making this up, because she showed me the piece of paper, and she'd been writing things down as she'd gone through the session of what she'd felt and what she'd seen.
And what was it?
And I'd seen a white horse in my mind come and stand next to me and then lie down next to me. and she'd wrote down on this piece of paper she'd seen the same thing.
Wow.
So the
Yeah.
synchronicities were crazy.
No, I'm completely all on board
Yeah.
with this. Like, I feel like there's so much that people aren't aware of in the spiritual
Yeah.
world. And even though it can seem woo-woo to people, they just have to experience it. Like, you have to go and
Yeah.
experience like the meditation, the power of
Yeah.
visualization, sound
Yeah.
therapy, crystals, all the things.
Yeah.
And it's life-changing, really, isn't it? It feels like
Yeah.
what I love is that you're on a mission now to spread this knowledge with the
Yeah.
world. And I really feel like you've tapped into something special. Like, I was actually binge watching your TikTok channel
Yeah.
because it's so quite addictive. It's like you do really lovely things like kindness and
Yeah.
like how you share about the different crystals is quite unique.
Yeah.
So
Oh, thank
how
you.
did you get to this point then? Did it come straight away where you're like, I need to share about this?
So I thought, because I'd had this big awakening and I'd gone from not believing in any of this stuff to completely healing myself, probably in the space of about 8 weeks, I was the happiest and most healed version of myself.
My goodness, that's
And
incredible.
yeah, and I wanted to end my own life before that. So I thought, there's so many people out there that are in the headspace that I was in. What can I do to help them? Because right now I'm living the happiest times of my life, and I wouldn't have got to experience them. So if I can do my little bit and help wake them up or help them find their own light.
Well, look how bad
Then-
suicide and depression is. Like, it's
Yeah.
on the rise. It's the biggest killer for under 30s in men and things like that. It's so important. But especially in the UK, we're not as tapped into our spirituality. And I think it's so needed, like, to get to try these experiences. And just, even if you're skeptical, just give it a go, because it is powerful. Like, I feel it. I often, wear the crystals in my bra or carry them with me. I always have one in my bag.
Yeah.
And yeah, people might think I'm a bit bonkers, but I'm like, but it grounds me. And like having that, even just holding something is quite grounding, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
And I think it's just great because allowing people to find a different side of life is just beautiful, and like having that self-belief and understanding that just because we can't see something doesn't mean that it's not true. I think in the UK as well, we have a lot of pride and we don't like to admit why we're struggling. We don't like to tell people.
We're like, I'm fine, like all the time. And
Yeah.
I caught myself doing it the other day, actually, and I was having a really hard day. I think that there was like a full moon the other day and it really hit me. And I was really emotional. And I was like, actually, it's okay to be not okay, like just to tell people. But then there are practices you can do to ground yourself. Just getting out in nature for me completely transforms me. It's powerful. So I saw that you had led down this incredible path of opening a crystal shop and then going more online. It seems like it's just taken off. Like, didn't you say before, when we were talking before the podcast started, what growth have you had the last year?
So it's been mental. So last year we grew 683% in 1 year.
Wow. And what was that to do with? Did you change anything, or has it just been, is that because you launched on TikTok, or what things have changed?
I think me sharing my knowledge online on TikTok, like you said, and Instagram has just been a game changer because people need that. They need the knowledge, they need the education.
And people like to see people. I think personal brands are on the rise, aren't they? And I think people, what drew me in is you on it. So it's very much, educational tool. You do lovely, nice. I like as well how you'll do kindness, like gift someone a basket in their car. What did you call it? Like, so anonymously.
Yeah, so I've been doing little random acts of kindness, and one of them was to gift someone their abandoned cart.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, and it was so lovely. So I just randomly picked a number
That's lovely.
of the abandoned cart and then sent them some earrings.
Oh, I like that. And then you did another one, kind of the other side of things, where it was like showcasing fakes on the internet. And actually, I think that was interesting. That caught my attention because I was like, the amount of times I probably ordered an Etsy crystal for my little girl's obsessed. She's nearly 11 now, and she is totally crystal mad. And I probably ordered one that could have been a fake, and you just don't know, do you? It's hard. How do you tell then if a crystals real? I suppose it's going to the right sources.
Yeah, so it all depends on each crystal. It'd be hard to say there's a set rule that you have to check for with each crystal, but there are some that are faked a lot more than others. So we have malachite, that is the worst for being faked.
Is it just easy to replicate then? They can just make it look.
Yeah, so malachite is the green one and it has natural swirls in it, but factories in China, they make green resin molds and then they'll put dark black swirls in it.
Well, you think about like all these creations of Temu and all these shops. People think they're buying a real crystal. There's no chance. Like they're just so cheap. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Like, and then they don't give you them powerful energies. So how do crystals affect us energetically? Like, how does that happen?
So crystals have structures within them. I always think of it like when you have a circuit board that holds electric.
Yeah.
Crystals are similar to that. They have little structures within them that hold the energy. And each crystal has a different structure within it, which is why we can use, hello angel, why we can use different crystals to heal different parts of us. Okay. So we have, say, amethyst for calm, we have howlite for sleep, we have citrine for abundance, because they all have a different structure that holds a different energy.
Okay. And so if you want to create balance in your life, there's things like I do, like put them under the bed, or you can, is it good to have like different crystals at different times in our life as well? Like we go through changes, don't we? And what are the most ones that you would recommend for people who are starting out in crystal healing? Like, is it the traditional ones like rose quartz? And
so normally the beginner ones are the ones that most of us will know. So like the household names. So we have like the rose quartz, amethyst, clear quartz. They're great beginner crystals as they're quite versatile and you can use them for quite a lot of things. Your rose quartz is a beautiful one for love and self-love and relationships, and we all want love in our life, don't we?
It'll make you laugh. This, my mum was proper like spiritual, and she would place a rose quartz crystal in every corner of the house.
I love that.
So every single corner. And she was actually, funnily enough, into industrial flooring before she got into the spiritual world. So she used to lay crystals under the floors in the concrete, and she'd sometimes put money in it, like pound coins, to attract abundance. And I just thought, it's amazing, isn't it? Like,
that is amazing.
It's such a good idea because it just builds that energy through the flooring.
Yeah.
You should do that in your shop.
I know.
And you're like, So tell me then, so how have you got into these big crystals then? So I don't know much about Moldavite. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Because you seem quite well known for that. Like, how did you get to specialize in these big crystals? And I've written here, it's like crystal, is it of transformation and reputation for intensity? Like, I don't know, you tell me more about.
Yeah, so Moldavite is a tektite and it is insanely transformational, and it is the one that people are almost scared of because it brings in transformation fast. And it's the one that even the non-believers will hold in their hand and they'll feel flush-like symptoms just from holding it.
Wow.
They'll feel tingles in the palm of their hands will go warm, they might get a headache, and it really is very high vibrational. And this is perhaps why we've grown so much in the last year, because it is what I specialise in, educating people about Moldavite, what it does, how to work with it, and just helping people work with it properly.
Yeah. So can it be, because I think I'd seen when I did a bit of research online, people can say it can be overwhelming at first to work with.
Yeah.
And so is it kind of something that you'd only wear occasionally, or is it something, how if I was to like say buy a necklace from you with it on, how would I work with that then?
So there's definitely a process. The first step is to cleanse it. Mm-hmm. This is essentially wiping any energy out of it, any good energy, any bad energy. So you're just starting with a fresh, clean slate. Yeah. I recommend to do that with any crystal or tektite. The second step is to charge it, which is filling it back up with energy. And so you can do this by choosing some intentions, how you want the Moldavite to help you, and then holding it in the palm of your hands and just visualizing a relationship and a connection building between you and the Moldavite. Nice. Sounds a little bit wacky, but it works wonders. And then there's step 3, And this is what a lot of people miss, but it's the attunement process.
Okay.
And this is something that I've developed myself, but it's essentially having the Moldavite in your energy space and just building up the time exposure daily. And
so not going in all in straight away. You kind of just slowly build. Yeah.
So people will find if they just get it and then put it on day one, they'll experience like the headaches, feeling a bit sick. But if they just slowly expose their energy to it, say a few minutes the first day, and then build up the time the next day, and then they'll get to a place where they can wear it for the full day.
Nice.
So it's definitely a process, but people see amazing results with it.
Well, I've seen you there. Like, it's amazing. It's like, oh my God, I like got a crazy product deal, or like people get like a big launch in their business, or some money will just suddenly come in, or what kind of feedback have you had from customers?
So Moldavite is beautifully brutal. It will bring in changes fast, but it will also help you let go of things holding you back. So that's what a lot of people experience. Anything that's holding them back in life, whether it's limiting beliefs, whether it's habits, whether it's people, if you've got a toxic best friend who's actually not nice to you, you might have an argument, or they might distance themselves. And anything that's holding you back does get removed.
Oh, that's interesting then. Oh my gosh, I need this then.
It's so good.
I've been going through such ups and downs lately. It's nice to get. Does it give you clarity then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I need that. I need the clarity.
Yeah.
Right, get it. Come on, I need some Moldavite.
I need to get you some.
Yeah. So Libyan desert glass as well. I keep seeing you share on this. What benefits does this have?
So Libyan is twice as old as Moldavite, and we think it's around 29 million years old.
Wow.
And Moldavite around 14.9 million years old. So they're both pretty ancient. But Libyan desert glass is similar to Moldavite, but it doesn't clear things out as much. It will bring more in, so more opportunity, more abundance. It's a little bit more light-hearted, whereas Moldavite helps you do the inner work, the shadow work. So you absolutely do need to go on a Moldavite journey to do all the hard stuff.
But is this maybe a good
all the good stuff?
Good starting point with the desert glass?
I always recommend people start with the Libyan desert glass because it brings in joy, happiness, abundance, opportunity, and it has a really uplifting energy. So if you struggle with being a little bit negative, glass half empty, Libyan just has sunshine energy infused within it. It's absolutely gorgeous. You can combine the two, which a lot of people do, as they complement each other really nicely.
So you could have a little bit of jewellery on, necklace with one, and jewellery with the other.
So,
or just wear them, and like, can you just hold it as well? Like, and just ground
definitely.
You?
So the necklace that does actually sell the most from us has them combined.
Oh yes, I've seen this one. Yeah, I think that's the one I wanted. I was like, I'm giving hints to my husband, Chris, if you're listening.
I love that.
They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Yeah, so people combine the stones as it balances the energy out. So Moldavite is not as intense if it's combined with the Libyan, because you have the Moldavite doing all the clearance work and then the Libyan bringing in all the gorgeous opportunities and the success. So it's like
going to be busy with Valentine's Day coming up as well, I bet. Like, is it your busiest time with orders and things, or Christmas, I guess?
Yeah, so normally like Q4, November and December are normally the busiest. But we've actually just had our biggest ever month in January, which is unheard of, obviously, in retail. So
did you do any offers or anything like that? Is there something to do with like how you've had a strategy for January? Like, how have you done that?
So we did have a January sale on, but I think month on month we are just growing, and it's just beautiful, actually. It's just consistently expanding, which is more than I could ever ask for.
Well, let's go into the business side of things then. So when did it all start out? Like, when did you actually officially, from this journey from university, finding yourself, getting balanced, getting back healed, was there a moment that was like, right, okay, I'm going to open a shop or do something online? Like, can you teach us through talk us through the journey for someone starting out? So many women listening are like, I want to do something like this. Yeah. How did you do it?
So my original plan was obviously to be a lawyer. I then realized that was not fulfilling for me and I needed to do something that I enjoyed. I had no idea what I wanted to do. I just wanted to do something where I could create and I could wake up every day excited to work, because I do have generator energy and I can just keep generating more energy as long as I'm doing something that I love. Which is why I do a lot of content, because I love sharing things about
I'm like
the
you, I
crystals.
think.
Yeah.
I'm the generator.
And I thought, well, what do I love? And how can I help people at the same time? And I thought, well, I love crystals, but how on earth can that be my job? And I remember just speaking to my partner and I was like, I want to do something that I love and I do want my own business. And he was just like, well, you love crystals. Why don't you just do crystals? Yeah. And it was the first time I thought, oh, yeah, why don't I just do crystals?
And that's hard because it's a saturated market, because there's crystals everywhere. Like, you know, if you go to an artisan market or something, you usually see a crystal store. So how did you even go into that? Like, what was your strategy from the start? Did you just start setting up stalls and selling them?
Yeah, so I will be really honest. I was probably quite naive as to what it would take to grow a business. I had no idea.
Yeah.
I was just like this little puppy dog with heart eyes, like, crystals, let's do this, let's buy some crystals. I had a tiny amount of savings, like tiny. I think it was enough to get me 3 boxes of crystals.
Because they're expensive as well, the big ones, jeez.
It was so funny. I said to my partner, I was like, I'm going to go buy some crystals. I might need to borrow your trailer for your car, thinking I'd go and bring loads back. I had 3 tiny boxes. All my savings were just gone.
So I did it for the cafe once. I thought, I'll have a mini crystal shop in the cafe.
Yeah.
And I went to this like big rock shop and I was like, yeah, this is a lot harder than I thought.
Yeah. And so I did my first little market stall and I had a table and my stock, I had to place it, like massively space it out on the table because I just hardly had any. I think I made £25 in the day and I think my stall was
more
20
probably,
quid, so I was at a loss.
Broke even, yeah.
But I thought, do you know what, this is this vision that I feel, that I can see, like it's in my heart for a reason. I'm just going to keep following it and I'm going to believe in myself. And day by day, I just built on that and I became a crystal healer and I started to share my knowledge on it. And that's really when things started to snowball, because consistently every day for the last 3-4 years, I shared my story, I shared my knowledge. People were then coming to me for advice. People were applying the knowledge that I was giving them and it was working.
And were you doing one-to-ones as well, I guess? Or more just sharing online? Like, did you do crystal healing with people as well, or more?
So it was
online?
more sharing online.
Yeah.
I have done it, but when I opened my business, I was pregnant with my first baby. So I've always just been either pregnant or postpartum for the last 4 years.
You are like me. This has been 11 years now.
Yeah.
And I'm done now. I've had 4 kids, but I'm like, you know, it's interesting because I don't know if you found this. I've written this, like, every pregnancy I got more creative. Like, I felt I love pregnancy. Like, I literally could just continue to be pregnant because it's so beautiful. It's such an awakening experience.
Yeah.
And you feel like you can take on anything after that.
Yeah, I love the creative downloads I get when I'm pregnant. I just feel like being pregnant, it's the closest that you can get to source because you've literally got a soul
there's actually
inside you.
I teach like womb yoga and women's yoga, and there's actually a meridian channel that opens in your heart that takes it down to the womb only in pregnancy. So it's the only time this meridian channel opens up.
So that makes sense.
It just flows creativity to your womb, which is really fascinating. And a lot of women don't realize that. They see pregnancy as a limitation in our society, that, it'll stop me working, I'll have to go on maternity leave. But I always say to women, that's the time you can be most transformative. Like, you could reset your life, you could think about what you want to do. And I actually, it was like you, I opened my cafe when just after having my second baby, and I was like, what are we doing? But actually it worked because I think you're more authentic, you care so much, obviously, with having little ones, but it's hard at times, right?
Yeah, it's not easy, but I always think people say to me, how do you do it? And I say, well, I'm not building from burnout. I'm not building because I, have to do this amount of hours or make this amount of money. I'm building because I'm living in like pure passionate energy.
Yeah, and
like
you love it.
I
This is
love
the
it.
thing. Someone said this at our networking event last week. They said it was really interesting because we all get so caught up on money and return and
Yeah.
you've got to be making. And I think they just said if you can feed your family and you've got a comfortable home,
Yeah.
and obviously we want more abundance to do
Yeah.
more with, but that's enough. Like if
Yeah.
you're living your passion and you're comfortable, that's enough. Like we don't need to always be aiming for huge, monetary values of assets.
Yeah.
But then it's nice along the way to have flow.
Of
And
course.
how was there a point then to how long in when you were doing these stalls and sharing online? Was there like a aha moment when did you have like a viral trending video or just something set, or has it just been consistent growth? You just kept at it?
Yeah, I definitely didn't have an overnight,
Like
now we've blown up. It was every day,
Hacking away
one
at
step
it.
forward. And I think I worked for at least 2 years without seeing much growth.
And that's normal in business though. I mean, sometimes we make a loss, and then suddenly it just, the break-even point comes and you're like, oh, I'm in profit. Come on.
That's it. I remember the first year I was trying to buy more stock and then I'd have to wait for, an invoice to be paid, or I'd have to wait for my card payment to come in and then I could buy more stock. So I was always struggling with cash flow, and
Cash flow can be a really
it
big
takes so
thing.
long. And now we're at a point where like month on month we're growing. I've now got 4 staff members. We've just had our biggest ever month. And I guess back to the point of doing business with babies, I've got a 4-week-old and we've had our biggest ever month.
Isn't that incredible?
And I've just been living my best little newborn bubble.
And have you been switching off? Have you been able to switch off a bit? It's hard, isn't it, to do that?
Yeah, I don't think I ever switch off from crystals and
'Cause you love
Awaken,
it.
because if I do, it gets me down because it's my passion. So that's what I do to enjoy myself. I love it.
That's good to know, because I felt a bit guilty because I was like,
Yeah.
after I'd had my baby, I was like, oh, I want to check in on Wild and how things are going. And, I've got this event idea. But people kind of in society are like, oh, but you need to take time off. You're having a baby, which is, yes, we do. But they can be along the journey with us. Like I actually started out with Wild and Wild when we transformed it from a cafe to wellbeing and women's events. I just had my baby with me the whole time for 2 years. I'd just take her to the networking events. She'd be in a sling, and I run mum clubs and things, and it was so organic. And I think, the world can open up in any way when you have babies as well.
Oh, it definitely does.
I know a lot of people listening would love to know how to grow more on social media. So you've got like a massive following. Is it over 74,000 on TikTok and personal pages like on Instagram? How did that start?
I think the boring one that everybody hates is the consistency. I, on TikTok, post 3 times a day, every single day, even on the day that I give birth. I posted 3 times a day.
Did you
on
schedule
Christmas
them?
Day. No.
Oh my
on
gosh.
Christmas Day, posted 3 times a day. I do it because I know that it works. And obviously, like I say, I enjoy it. It's not a chore to me, which that's the most beautiful thing. So the consistency is what's grown my following. And then also vulnerability, I think, as well, because I'm not afraid of sharing hard times, times when I've struggled. I'm not embarrassed of those times or ashamed. I'm not worried that people are going to find me weak or not enough. And I think people really connect with that.
I think you've got a really important story to tell. And I think I always urge women to be more raw and real on social media. It doesn't need to be perfect and this aesthetic. It doesn't have to look perfect. You can show up without your makeup sometimes and just be honest, because that's what people buy into. My posts where I just get, if I start talking about the grief of losing my mum or a miscarriage, or they're the times when people open up and go, wow, she's been through hardship and then she's transformed and still grown. And actually that's what we want to hear from other women. We want to know that life can be tough at times, but we can keep going,
Yeah, because you have no idea who needs to see that message. I think when we post things, we forget that there's actually someone on the other side of the screen reading that, going through that right then. And it's nice for them to go, oh, there's somebody that's been through that. They've came out the other side, or they're still going through it. And it's really inspiring for other people, and it just helps you connect with them.
You never know who's like watching. Like the other night I had someone message me who, it was in Surrey, they're based in Surrey, and they're like, I've literally been following you for years. I've not been to an event. And bless her, she's actually coming to stay overnight in a hotel to come to our event next week. And I'm
I
like,
love that.
this is so sweet. But she was like, you've inspired me to just, I got like, she was thrown out of a house, homeless with a baby, and has just had to start from scratch. And I was like, wow. Like, and she's just says, I want to do community events. So she's starting. And I was like, this is amazing. Like, it's transformational just by hearing other women, what they're going through. And so have you got any strategy then on social media? Do you have a time you do it? Like, teach us through, because I know that is the biggest question I get asked, even to myself. Like, how do we grow? Because I feel like no one's watching. I can't get past this like 500 follower point, you know?
So posting times for me have never made a difference.
Same with me.
They've never made a difference. I post 3 times a day on TikTok every day.
So whenever you feel like it, like, yeah.
Yeah, and I will always engage with people. So whoever comments on my post, I will always reply to, because that's what builds relationships with people, and it also helps your engagement, and then you'll connect on a deeper level and your post will be pushed out to more people. Instagram, I'll try and post once a day too. Sometimes you can get away with posting like 3 times a week to Instagram, but I always think being on people's feeds is beneficial.
Yeah, I think I post too much on Instagram. I think I need to go over to TikTok, because now we get a lot of people coming to our events and they share reels.
Yeah.
It's like our Instagram's just going off at the moment, but I'm like, maybe I need to channel that energy to TikTok, because I know TikTok you can actually post more.
Yeah, you could do like some people do 10 posts a day on TikTok. It's
and
crazy.
trial reels. Do you use trial reels? Because they're so good at the moment on TikTok. Sorry, Instagram. Yeah.
So just before Cove was born, I was doing the trial reels, but then he was born and I thought, I'm taking on way too much right now. I need to just channel my focus. So definitely when things settle with him, trial reels will be something that I do want to dive into.
And you can replicate the same kind of content. You can use an old reel, can't you? And just put a different hook on it and change the post a little bit and put it on trial, because that's going out to audiences that don't follow you. So it's great to just access a new market. And it's nice to meet someone that's so aligned with this, because I always feel like so many people get up on stage and go, you need to have a posting strategy and you've got to schedule your content and take time off social media. And I'm like, well, no, what works for you works for you. Like, you have to, I just post when I feel like it. And I think it resonates with people because it's not too forced as well. It's like, it just feels in flow.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've tried pre-recording content. I've tried scheduling it. And for me, those posts don't perform well because I'm forcing information out of myself. I'm forcing captions out of my brain. And especially with a spiritually based business, it all just comes from the heart, and it comes from me sat there or me even driving, and I'll go, oh, I need to share this, and I'll pull my car over and I'll record a video and then I'll post it.
Like me. I love it.
It all just comes from the heart, and I don't overly plan anything that I say. And for some businesses that will work, but for a business like mine, when I'm talking about crystals and spirituality and healing yourself, it does come from the heart. So
it's great what you're doing. And I loved even the personal one where you do ones with your kids, and like it was a cute one with your son doing the gong. Like, I can't believe that he'd first go at a gong, and he's like, stuff like that. It was, when it's in the moment, it's fun, it's likable, and it's crazy like how much growth you have. And it's interesting because when I went on TikTok, you were always coming up. Like, I was like,
that's good.
she's here again, and you just keep showing up. It's like my feed, the algorithms are really pushing me towards you. Yeah. So it's obviously working, like the 3 a day, which is great. So when did you feel this growth then? Was it a few years ago then? Did it start to go really take off?
So it was, and I can really pinpoint the time where I thought, oh, this is starting to work. And it was December, not this year just gone, but the year before. So that would be 24, if my postpartum brain is working correctly. And I remember just thinking, wow, like everything I'm doing is paying off. And it was just that really nice moment where I felt everything coming together. So it was definitely from then, and then this last year just gone, we've just been building and building, and then I've been connecting with people, and I've done a few big jobs that you've seen
Oh
with
yeah, come on then, let's
Dior
talk
and
about this.
Harrods.
How did
And
that come about then? Was that through them seeing you on social media?
yeah, so I actually got an email from Dior.
Wow, really? That must have been a really
Yeah.
wow moment.
It came through on our customer service, and the lady who's in those emails, she put into our work group chat, and she said, I've just had this come through. Do you think it's a scam?
Yeah, because you
And
would just think, oh, is it?
yeah, there's so many scams
Yeah.
nowadays. And I just thought, yeah, obviously it's a scam. Like Christian Dior, crystal healing, random girl from the countryside. Like, how would our paths ever cross? And she did some background checks. She was on LinkedIn, and it turns out she was the events manager for Christian Dior.
That's so cool.
And I thought,
Oh
oh my God, Christian Dior, I'm doing something for Christian Dior.
So what did they ask you to do?
So they wanted me to go down to London for a 5-day event. They had this custom couture event where all of their biggest clients from around the world were invited. It was invite only. And they'd go around, they'd have personal shoppers, and they could custom create anything. Like they'd look at a bag and they'd go, I want it out of this material with this on it.
So cool.
Yeah, it was very eye-opening. It was insane. And I went down. They put me up in a hotel and give me clothes to wear,
Wow.
which was ridiculous. And I would sit with the clients like we are now, and I'd do little crystal healing readings for them. So I'd get them to pick crystals that they felt drawn to, and then I'd explain to them why they felt drawn to that crystal. And they were mind blown with how accurate they were, because I was worried. I thought, are these people going to want me to chat to them about crystals?
And be open to it as well. If they're like, you know, I suppose stigma around it. But I think everything's changing in this year as well. Like a lot of people are so much more open to more spirituality. And in the more elite, like I feel like top 1% are doing these tools like visualization, meditation, but we need to get it now across the masses.
Well, I was so nervous because I sat down and I just saw people walking through, and I thought people are going to think I'm bonkers. And then it was like the universe sent me my first client to just say, no, you're going to be fine. So we sat down talking, and she turned around and goes, do you know what? I am the person that set up the Mind, Body, Spirit events in the whole of the UK. And I was like, I just breathed out, and I said, I'm so glad I've spoke to you first.
Yeah.
And she was obviously so into everything. She really put me at ease. We had an amazing chat. I did a little bit of crystal healing with her. And from that moment on, the day just went amazing, because it just put my mind at ease. And I thought, I've got no idea who I'm talking to. Every single person here could love crystals. And everyone was so lovely.
You have to go in it with that. Because I sometimes go in the corporate world and like teach yoga, and I'm like, I've got all these men staring at me like, oh, and then they start laughing and getting giddy. But I'm like, you never know. They might be, you have to just think they are really open to receiving this.
Yeah.
And just go for it, because people want something a bit different. Like that's why you're there. So then how did more, I guess when you work with one name, the others start to follow.
Exactly. So then I did with Harrods, which was very similar setup. I'd have people come and sit down, and then I'd do the crystal readings with them as well.
And that just guess who are shopping, like, or was it actually like a...
Yeah, so it was guess who was shopping, and they could just come and sit down with me, and they got to take the crystals home as well. Wow. It was...
And did they send you, did they just say they'd seen you do this with Christian Dior and then follow on?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool.
Yeah, and it was just nice to know that the word had gone round, and one brand had enjoyed what I'd done, and then it just brought more in, which is...
And that's refreshing. It. I feel like people don't realise this is why we have to be so active on socials, because you never know like what opportunities are going to come. Like I've just had this incredible opportunity to go for an opening of this Europe's healthiest playground. I'll have to share you the details after. You should come. Actually, I'll have to connect you with the owner.
That would be so good.
It's in the Algarve in Portugal. Actually,
Definitely.
you won't mind me sharing. It's Jason Bale. I used to work with him on retreats, and we're hoping to do a collab together and do this women's takeover of the whole space. Honestly,
that would be so
you would
good.
love him, because he has all the kind of big influencers names that go there, and Yes, I'll have to put you in touch.
Definitely.
And I feel like that's the magic. Once you get in one really cool thing, like a speaking gig or an event, then things just start to flow. Like you could do anything now. You just need to, and do you have to say no to some things? Like, do you have strong boundaries in your life? Like, I guess now you get loads of people approaching you, like myself, like, come on my podcast.
I do say no to a lot, purely because I'm very busy with my babies. So if I am doing something, I have to obviously spend time away from them, which is not what I want to do. So I do say no to a lot, and I just make sure anything I'm doing is very aligned. I get a lot of brand opportunities, people asking to send me things, and I'd say 99% I will say no, purely because what I accept is obviously creating
your own personal content as well.
Yeah, so
I know what you mean.
Very careful.
I'm starting to get this now. Like loads of people just like send, and at first I was like, yeah, send it. Yeah. And then they were like chasing me, like, where's your stories? Where's your reel about it? And I'm like, and then I've started to be clear now. I'm not going to have like a contract, like with some deals, with some brands. Like I'll just share when I feel the like intuition to share, because you don't want to feel like it's too faked.
That's
and you want to feel like you actually enjoy the product. So I'd only go with brands that I really value.
Yeah, it really has to be aligned with me.
Oh, that's great then. Amazing. So how are you finding the juggle then with home and work? Do you just blend it into one? Like, do you work from home then at the moment? Obviously you're hopefully taking some time off, a little bit of time off.
Yeah, so I work from home, and then I obviously have my 3 babies there. Yeah. So it's beautifully chaotic.
And 3 boys as well. I've got 2 boys and they are nuts. Like they just play and fight and go crazy all the time.
Yes. So I've my 3-year-old and my 18-month-old are just at the stage where they'll just brawl now and they'll fight.
And so you've got 3 under 3. Oh my God. Let's just get our head. No, under 4. 3 under 4.
3 under 4.
That's a lot. That is a lot. And building this business. That's amazing what you're doing. Like, and did everything go well with the birth? Because I'd love to touch on that. Like I've been a doula, a hypnobirthing coach in my past. So did you have a home birth? And
so I had a home birth, a free birth.
Oh yeah,
as well.
That's what I'd had as well.
Yeah, so both my last 2 births have been home births, and they were really lovely. They went as well as they possibly could have done, and they were quick, which is obviously lovely.
So chilled. Like after 4 weeks after having the baby, I'm like, how do you look this radiant? It's amazing. So it just shows it's obviously working. All the things you're doing helped you manifest that beautiful birth experience, flow in the business and abundance and everything else.
Yeah.
Oh, it feels like you do so much with the community as well. And you've done some really cool like brand collabs. So I've just seen recently that amazing collab. Is it with Malin Anderson?
Yes.
Yeah. Tell me more about that.
We have. So it all started when I used to follow her content. She did a lot on spiritual awakenings, and obviously she set out on Love Island, and then she had this big awakening and stepped away from the reality star kind of image. And then she used to share a lot about spirituality, non-toxic living, and I really connected with a lot of the things she used to say. And I messaged her thinking she's not going to reply to me, but I thought I'll message her. I'll shoot my shot. And I said, I would love to send you some Moldavite. I really want to see if you connect with it or if you'll have a journey with it. And she replied straight away. And she said, I would love to try some. Sent her a piece of Moldavite out. It was actually one of our triple necklaces. And she received it. And within a couple of days, she messaged me. She was like, send me your number. I need to ring you. I thought, oh, here we go. So she rang me and she went, oh my God, this is crazy. I'm loving this. And she was almost shouting down the phone to me. She was at the gym at the time. She was like, I just have to tell you what's happened. And she was just telling me all this stuff.
Wow.
And we were on the phone for about 45 minutes and we just connected so deeply. It was like I'd known her forever. It was very strange.
Isn't that amazing on social media that you can just suddenly connect? Like I felt a connection with you. That's why I was so gutted I couldn't come to that brand launch of your beautiful collection. Because I was like, when you just feel that you're like, we're going to get on, like connect. And how amazing. But then how did you just get talking and say, we need to do something together?
Yeah, well, we just got talking, not on that phone call. It was probably about a month after. But on that phone call, we even got into past lives. Like, it got deep very fast. And we were just saying, how have we, never spoke before, but we feel like we're almost best friends. And it was amazing. And then I said, right, keep me up to date. Like, let me know what happens. And then she just kept in contact. And she just said, I have to do a post about this. So I'd not asked her to do a post. I'd not said, promote this. Whenever I send people anything, I never say, I want you to promote it. I want you to post it. Because for me, it has to be organic. Like, I want them to want to speak about the products. And she was like, I have to post about this. She did a post. And after that, she said, I want to do something with you. She was the one that put it to me. And I'd never even thought about doing a collaboration.
Such a good idea, though. In this time, it's like it just boosts. I actually now mostly do collaborations. So I usually just find incredible people I align with. Like, we need to do one. Definitely in Buxton. Like, I can see it already. We'll do an epic venue, take over yoga, wellness and all that. Then you find the right person and it's like, it's so much easier to build something when you just do it in collaboration.
Yeah, it just made so much sense and everything just fell together. And the rest was history. We then brought out a collection. We really focused in on a Egyptian theme because we got talking about ancient Egypt.
So big, the symbols and all the goddesses. And
Marlin feels really connected to that. And so we thought, right, we'll harness that energy and we'll create something based on that.
Oh my gosh, you should do an Egypt retreat.
That would be so good.
I'm in. If you need a yoga
Don't give
teacher.
me more ideas.
This is the problem. We get so creative. So yeah, she seems fab. I need to connect with her as well. But tell me as well, I saw on TikTok are you living in a caravan at the moment then? Tell me about this. How did this happen?
So we decided to attempt to build a house. Yeah. And so we managed to get some land, and when we got it, we thought we'll move up there in a caravan so that we can enjoy the land and enjoy the space, thinking that we'd get planning permission straight away.
Oh, yes, it takes so long.
Yeah, we thought within 3 months we'll have planning, we'll be building, then within about a year we'll have the house. We are now 3 years on.
Really?
And we've just got planning permission.
Yay!
A few weeks ago.
Planning, come on.
So
you've not even been able to start building at all?
No, we're just starting now.
Houses.
Yeah, so
has it been an experience though? Like, what has it taught
amazing. You? Yeah, so I've birthed 2 babies in that caravan. So many memories in there. My firstborn, obviously, he was only 9 months when we moved in there. He took his first steps in there. So
kids don't need like this massive space. We think though. Like, I actually love that idea. Every time me and my partner go away, you stay in them shepherd's huts or something. We're like, I could so just have a minimal life. Like, you don't need this big space. All of these things.
It's honestly amazing. I feel like everybody does have to do it in your life.
Did you have to really cleanse and get rid of a lot of stuff then? Or did you have things in storage and things like that?
So I try and keep holding on to as little as possible. That's good. Because the more I have, the more cluttered I feel.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'd like to get rid of stuff.
With this approaching Chinese New Year, I'm like, Year of the Horse, I need to shed my layers. Like I think I accidentally hold on to things because it's like memories and especially like when you lose someone like my mom, I was like, special memories, but actually you've got that in your heart. Like you don't need to hold on to physical things. So me and my husband, like we need to clear out and cleanse like with the crystals. And my mom, do you ever do the bells?
Yeah.
Like, so we go around. My mom used to do she was a feng shui practitioner. So she went and trained with Lillian too, actually, out in Asia.
Oh, wow.
And she'd go around and feng shui houses and spaces and even did it in the corporate world. And so she teaches me to go around and ring the bells and sage the space and put the crystals around. And it's amazing how that can feel once you do it. Like, it's transformational.
It really is. I think that's why people love Moldavite so much, because it is a cleansing tool. I always say this, when you get Moldavite, it will just clear everything out of your life and you'll feel more free.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. And baby's been so chilled. What I usually finish with is a little rapid fire round. It's just fun questions. Yeah. So, are you a coffee or matcha girl? Or neither? I'm
going to throw a spanner in the works here. I don't drink either. I drink cacao.
Yes, I love that. I thought you might be.
I'm a cacao girl.
I need to add cacao to the mix. That's one of my rituals I want to start doing each morning. It's so nice. Before anything else.
I do it in a little ritual in the morning. I'll do my meditation and I'll drink my cacao and just set my intentions. And it's something I do every morning. It makes me feel really grounded and patient when you have 3 crazy children.
Yes, you need that. Oh, well, that was my next question, actually. What was your favourite self-care ritual? So that probably is it. Do you do any other things like yoga, or you said obviously meditation?
Yeah, so meditation is the thing that I do as soon as I wake up. I can literally tell the difference between if I meditate in the morning and if I don't. So that is the one thing that I will do every single day, even before I put my crystals on. Meditate, cacao, and then I'll get ready and then I'll put my crystals on and then I'm set for the day.
So how many do you wear, like, at one time?
I normally will wear a necklace and then 1 or 2 bracelets. I don't like to overwhelm myself because they've all got different energies. So if you wear too many at once, they might conflict each other.
Okay. It's interesting you said that because, like, even around the house, you need to be careful of that, not having too many. I maybe have too many under my bed. Love it. Maybe it's rose quartz. Is that okay?
Yeah, so rose quartz is fine under your bed because it's really calming. If you were having like carnelian under your bed, I'd be like, no.
Citrine.
Yeah, as long as you've got really soothing ones in the right places.
And then finally, I was going to ask, well, actually 2 more questions. Have you got like a favourite podcast or book you'd recommend for our listeners?
So
you're listening to?
Love podcast wise. There is a podcast called The Raise Podcast. I really like that one.
Have a look at that. Sounds good. Thank you. And then what legacy do you want to leave? Though this is a big question, but for your little boys, like, what do you want them to remember you for?
I want them to remember me as somebody who always puts herself out there, who's not scared of failure. And I want them to look at my life and go, do you know what? My mum always tried the things that she wanted to do. I think we live in a society where people judge everybody, and it would be so easy to sit back and go, I'm not going to do that because I could fail or people might think a certain way of me. So I want them to always think I can live my life a certain way because my mum did.
Oh, I love that.
You know, if they've got a dream, even if they're 12 and they're like, Mummy, I want to start this business. I'll be like, okay, how are you going to make it happen? Let's do this. I really just want to facilitate them and help them live their life to the full.
Well, my little 11-year-old has been doing a crystal stall at my events.
I love that.
So she's brought in. She has some that, so you could be her mentor, her crystal mentor. So yeah, you'll have to teach her. But she does that thing where she just lays them all out, and we need to make them a bit more pretty.
I can help.
Oh well, thank you so much for being on, and you were just so chilled. And little baby Cove, what a beauty.
Thank you. Yeah, it was so chill.